I told a story recently. A dear, sweet girl of mine that I mentor was in a really bad car accident. And fear is the fear of the reality of that kind of accident, the fear of pain, the fear of loss. And those are real fears. That's a real thing that's happening. It's an actual situation that's real. My response to not wanting my children to be driven around by their nanny who's always driven them around, that's anxiety. That's saying there is an impending situation that has created some torque in me that's making me respond to sort of a nebulous event that doesn't really have any reason. It's not rational. It's not rational that I would have my nanny drive my kids, and then when one person gets in a car accident, people get in car accidents all the time, I would decide that she shouldn't drive my kids anymore. See, that is fear. It's masquerading as common sense. Well, you know, she's a teenage driver who got in an accident. My nanny's, you know, in early 20s. I don't want her to drive. I can make that sound like common sense. We can make a lot of fears sound like common sense. And, you know, that's not, I don't think that's what kind of fear God is looking for in us. Here's how you know the difference between common sense that's common sense and common sense that's fear. Go back to those warning signs. Go back to the idea of, is this creating blindness in me? Do I respond and react in a way that is unlike everyone else around me, but to me it's common sense? You know, to me it's common sense that this is the way that this thing has to be done with my kids, and this is that. You know, does it create conflict in my life? That's another thing. I think fear can create a lot of conflict because we stuff it down and we say, no, this is just what we need to do. You know, my husband and I sometimes struggle with just the way we manage money. And a lot of that can be fear-based, but it looks like common sense. Well, let's just be practical. Let's just be pragmatic. Let's just do the right thing. And sometimes, that kind of conflict can start to give you a warning sign. Wait a second. Is this really just me being a good steward or being practical? Or is there a deeper thing that's sort of bubbling up that's causing this?